there's so much, um, I don't know what's the right word to use, but like empowerment, I guess, as a um, growth professional to have a sales mind, but also in a marketing world. Um, because that's where I feel like B2B is. You have to really understand sales to understand marketing, and vice versa. Like you really have to have an overlap. You can't just be, siloed. So I'm curious, how it plays out for you, or how it's playing out for you on LinkedIn specifically. Um, you know, um, Tell me about what you're doing and what's working.
Definitely. You alluded a little bit to that before. Like,
Mhm.
where is the market moving for B2Bs,
Mhm.
especially for how sales and marketing are collaborating? Because
That's
before
right.
in time, it was so purely siloed. When I used to work at Red Hat for what is it now, 6, 7 years ago,
Mhm.
marketing is a part of the company that is making sure that events are well executed, and they're just asking us for a list of leads that we
Mhm.
got at the events. This is the silo. That's where we shook our hands. That's it.
Mhm.
But where I see it moving right now is exactly what you're talking about. Sales has to do a little bit of marketing because your prospecting will be just as good as you're able
Mhm.
to grasp your audience, especially if you're selling to sales or marketing professionals. They're bombarded with messaging, with information all over the place. And for it to
That's right.
stand out in a way that people remember what you talk about, not
Mhm.
even knowing that you're actually selling to them, but educating them, then it will
Mhm.
be much easier for them to come over to you and at the end of the day be sold to, because
Right.
nobody wants to be sold to.
No.
Marketing sounds very markety-ish, and oh, we help companies do this and that.
Yeah.
This is boring for a salesperson, and nobody
Yes.
will buy on that messaging. But if you're able to join the two and start talking about the problems in the market, the buyers will be attracted by that,
Mhm.
because it will be a voice that, okay, so if she's able to explain the solutions in those types of words, maybe if I'm in the sales conversation with this person, that might not be a waste of time. I might even learn something. Maybe not buy to start with. That will be my job to convert you to
Yeah.
buy,
Yeah.
but you will be much more eager to engage in a conversation.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I feel like education is that kind of critical piece where it's not that you're necessarily teaching people, but you're relating information. You're relaying and relating information to them, in the context that makes sense to them. So I really feel like LinkedIn Live is really the center of the universe for the most part. I mean, I don't want to make it too extreme, but I feel like LinkedIn Lives are highly underrated, highly undervalued, because it allows you to do what we're doing here in a with a feedback loop involved. You know, I think that it's invaluable to get that feedback. I think there's a balance between um, uptaking the feedback that you're getting about need and problems, and giving that information, relating that information back to them, and balancing it with helping your audience to understand what they actually need.